Hi, my name is Paige, aka Nick, and I'm a blogger for the page and also the co-founder of Dear Fat People. And
my name is Chelsea, aka Chizzle, also a co-founder of Dear Fat People and a health enthusiast. And
you're tuned in to F3 with Bre'Ana Simone.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of F3 with Bre'Ana Simone. I'm so excited to be shooting season 2, episode 4 of F3 with Bre'Ana Simone, and today we are featuring Dear Fat People, the co-founders of Dear Fat People. Say what's up to the people.
Hey!
So this is Paige and this is Chelsea, and they are the co-founders of Dear Fat People. And Paige, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Paige, aka Nick, and I'm from Detroit. I am a wellness blogger for the page, and I just talk about physical, nutritional, mental, and social fitness. And especially, I found my passion after and maintaining an 80-pound weight loss, and that really is my passion for wellness. I mean, it's my life. So
yes, 80 pounds. We're gonna talk about that. And Miss Chelsea, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Chelsea. I'm from Chicago. I also lost 80 pounds. At my heaviest weight, I was about 245 pounds. I'm also a health enthusiast and a vegetarian.
Okay, so what brings you two together? How did you guys actually meet? You're from Chicago, you're from Detroit. Kind of rival towns from where some people are from. How did you guys come together to found such an amazing organization?
I actually met Paige while we went to the University of Michigan. I met her at a party, actually. I think she came up to me and she was just like, I heard about you, or I saw you, I heard that you lost a lot of weight, and she just told me how inspired she was by me, and at the time she was in the midst of losing weight, and so that's kind of how we initially met. We just stayed connected throughout all that time.
Okay, so you went to University of Michigan as well. What did you major in? Did your major have anything to do with your weight loss and starting Dear Fat People?
It definitely did, actually. So I earned my bachelor's in sociology, and so that really opened my mind to a whole bigger world. I'm a blogger. I love to write. And I consider myself an introvert, so writing is really my release from, getting all these thoughts in my head out. And sociology, studying organizations and people and, the social norms and values really got me thinking about, everyone is really different.
Right.
And, everyone has a part of different identities, whether you're a mom, a sister, employee, you're a community citizen, you have all these labels placed on you, and so it's just recognizing that you really are a part of something bigger and really realizing that you matter.
Right.
And so that's really what feeling overweight and things, especially as a child and things, so you feel like you literally don't fit in a world. And so when I studied in sociology, it made me realize I'm here, I have all these identities, I am somebody.
Right.
I'm not just a fat kid. I'm somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about you? What did you major in at University of Michigan?
My major is actually a mouthful.
Okay.
It's underneath the psychology department, so it's actually biopsychology, cognition, and neuroscience. Yeah.
Say that one more time.
Biopsychology, cognition, and neuroscience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did that all fit on a diploma?
Barely. Actually, they didn't put
They didn't do the sociology.
Yeah, no, they just put Bachelor of Science Psychology. So
Okay.
They didn't put the full name, which I was kind of disappointed.
I
I worked hard for
heard
that.
you did.
I know.
It sounds like you worked hard for that.
Yeah, so initially I wanted to go to medical school, so that's why I wanted to obtain that degree. I had all the science credits, everything to go to medical school, and then I realized that I didn't want to go to medical school, and I knew that health and fitness and everything, that was my passion, so that's what I decided to pursue.
Okay, so tell me about Dear Fat People. I know, some people, when I came, people were like, you're interviewing an organization called Dear Fat People, and it's just well, what is that? And I'm like, it's actually really unique. So tell me about that. Tell me, what does Fat People stand for? Tell me about Dear Fat People. What is Dear Fat People?
So Dear Fat People is actually really weird because Paige came up with the name. One day she just gave me a light bulb it's going to be called Dear Fat People. I'm like, wait, what? And what does that mean? So FAT stands for fit and transforming.
Okay.
And basically we chose that because the word fat has so much negative stigma around the word. we found that, it's a word that hurts people, that abuses people. And so we decided to take that word and make it something positive, especially for people who are struggling to lose weight or transform in any way possible. We want to make it a good experience for them as much as it possibly can.
Absolutely. So, Paige, how did you come up with that?
So, I mean, we said we wanted to raise awareness and have a conversation. I mean, there were all these, other videos about dear Black people, dear white people, dear trans people, all this stuff. And, dear fat people. Even with, what's that girl? Nicole Arbor with that dear fat people. So I'm like, okay, this could be a more definitely positive note than what she was trying to say. And then, really, like, fat is even to this day, I don't even like saying that word, which is crazy because I'm 22 and well over, like, whatever. But I really, especially studying sociology and knowing the power that words really have, I really want to change, like, fat. Like, they're, like, why is it so bad socially? Like, why? Mm-hmm. So I'd rather just turn it into something more comfortable with, and like, raise awareness
and
about
so people can actually feel comfortable with because a lot of people, when they try to lose weight, they think that they're gonna go from like this, to that, and it doesn't happen. So that comfortability of that fit and transforming aspect of losing weight. So tell me a little bit about that. Kind of like, why did you start Dear Fat People? I know you said you lost 80 pounds. Tell me just a little bit about that, how it was growing up and why it pushed you to start Dear Fat People.
Okay, that's a loaded question. It's a very loaded question.
Let's start with the first one first. So tell me how it was for you growing up. Tell me about your childhood and how it was for you to actually go through this as a child.
Okay, so I am the third of 4 kids. I love my siblings very much. We're best friends. And so even as a kid, though, I actually was a part. I did gymnastics, I did swimming, I did ice skating, I did everything, I swear. But it was really, I don't know what it was. I didn't stick with anything, and honestly, I like to read and write. Like, I was the all-A student. I was the teacher's pet, watching the board, collecting the papers. Right. Yep, that was me. And so I like to read and write. And it was just, I never stuck with anything. And then eventually, you find comfort in different things. And especially me being an introvert, I always felt like I was alone. And so, food was my comfort sometimes. And so just, I was overweight all through high school, this is the smallest I've ever been right now. So, like,
and
this is something
by the way.
Thank you. So this is something I'm still trying to get over, and things that, so going into, like, okay, why I started Dear Fat People is really to also help me just get it out. Like, I feel like I've been living with this for 22 years. Right. Like, so I'm just ready to talk about it. And that's why I might have trouble trying to talk now.
No, you're at the right place.
So I'm trying. So that this is like my why, and so this is really like Dear Fat People is really all me, just trying to get all my thoughts and everything out about it.
It means a lot to you, obviously, because some people go to trainers and everything like that, and they have never possibly ever been bigger a day in their life, and it's kind of like, this is more relatable because you actually see the transformation. So I really appreciate that and respect that so much, that you're even open to talk about your story. Like you said, it was something you struggled with for 22 years, so that you're even open to talk about your story and open to be here today talking to our viewers and our subscribers about this. So I really appreciate that so much, that you're transparent and real about your story. So you're doing a great job. Yes, I really appreciate that. So tell me about your story, kind of how it was for you growing up.
It's a bit, I guess, about the same, but a lot of differences. Basically, throughout my adolescence, as like a small child, I was never overweight. Most of my weight gain had come when I was about 13 or 14 years old. And just then, it was just a lot of bad eating habits. I grew up in a single-parent household. We didn't have a lot of money, so it was always about just finding something to eat. And a lot of times, it was just unhealthy things like processed foods and just junk food that I was just eating, never anything healthy. So I never ate vegetables like that. I didn't even like drink water like that. I don't know until I was like 21, 20 years old. I didn't understand
You
what it
got
meant.
to buy food yourself.
Yeah, so I didn't understand all of those things and what it meant. But I guess now, in regards to Dear Fat People and like why I'm doing it and why it relates to me so closely, it's basically because even after the weight loss or the mental battle is the hardest thing to do. Like after being overweight and having those struggles, it's always like a mental barrier you have to deal with. Like you still sometimes look in the mirror and see yourself as your old person, or you find yourself feeling like you may slip into old habits, or just never truly feeling like you're going to be comfortable in your body because it's going through so many changes all the time. And I understand that, and like that's why I love Dear Fat People. That's what I want to do. I want everybody to know that like they're not alone on that journey. And I think what sets us apart from everybody else is just that we're still going through our transformation.
Right.
Like
You're open about it.
like we feel like we're going to be forever transforming. Like we're never going to be there yet, and like we just appreciate having that struggle and being able to relate to people. Because like you said, like we can go into a gym and just see a buff personal trainer, but like, how can you truly relate to that person?
Right.
You never felt what
we
it's
feel.
like to be like
Right.
that. So.
Exactly. I like that. Okay, so I know our subscribers, and I want to know as well. How did you do it? How did you do it at 80-pound weight loss? Like that's amazing. How did you do it?
Well, initially,
How did it start?
Actually, I was in the tail end of my high school career when I began to lose weight, and actually, I was on a bowling team.
Okay.
And it was weird because people were like, you lost weight doing bowling, but like I had never done any physical activity. And I was at this bowling camp. I was doing bowling all day, every day, and I began to lose weight. And after I saw that I was losing like a couple pounds, it kind of just stuck with me. Like maybe I can lose weight. And then it became like into my college career where I pursued weight loss, and that's where I would literally just run every day. And I can say now that I've been through so many changes along this journey, because when I first started, I was not losing weight healthily. Like I wasn't doing it in a way that's good for your body, and that taught me so much about the proper way to lose weight. So it's definitely been a combination of trial and error as well as finding what works for my body.
Absolutely. And what about you? How did you do it? And my question to you is, when was it like, I'm about to lose weight and I'm not about to play with y'all and I'm about to do this thing? Like, when was that turning point for you when it was like, I'm about to get fit?
Okay.
I'm about to transform.
So I've been in this weight loss transformation kind of in stages. I did lose about 10, 15 pounds, whatever, like my junior, senior year of high school, but now, trying to get ready for prom and stuff. Get ready. But, so it was really getting to Michigan, and I mean, that was the first time, and honestly, I felt like school was hard. I went to this big university and trying to figure out where I fit in, and it was an all new school, and trying to find my place. And I was just at this really, really low point in my semester. Like, I got my first bad grade ever. And I was like, right, everybody in Michigan, but I was really hurt. Like, that really hurt my feelings. And so that was my winter semester, and like I remember I had that freshman year winter semester, so this was 2012. And I was just at this point where I said, I have to change. It was really like there was no other option. So I just said I was gonna go to the gym. And so actually, like a similar story, like, you start out thinking, I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm gonna do, blah, blah. So I go to the gym every day, and that's not good. So I was at this point, I was really overworking myself, and I wasn't giving myself enough. And I've had times where I have a history of fainting and things, and it's trial and error. You learn yourself, really know your body and what you can take and what you can't take. And so it was really just that low point. That's what it was. I just was at this really, I didn't know who I was, didn't like who I was. And so I said, okay, so what are you going to do so that you will? And so even starting out from, I started out from hate, which was really what my problem was. I wasn't trying to work out because I loved who I was. I was trying to just get it over with and just do what I had to do. So if I had to work out for 2 hours or something, I was going to do it. And that wasn't the right way. So now I'm at this point where, of course, I have a more consistent and healthier habits for sure. But yeah.
So you said you talked a little bit about the right way. So I'm gonna be open and honest and transparent with you all as well. So I've always actually been, I wouldn't say fit, but I've always been athletic. I cheered, I played basketball, I did track. I was really always involved and always moving. So my body. My doctor actually told me when I was little, and I would never forget. He goes, if she quits athletics, like she's gonna be obese, because I do love food. I do love to eat, and obviously I was on the go, and so my mom would get me. She would cook as well. We were so busy. I was in so many different sports, so we would get fast food on the way to practice, and I actually had bad eating habits, and just growing up, you just kind of really don't know how to eat healthy. And so I was always just athletic, but when I got to college, I cheered in college, and then when I stopped cheering because I wanted to get more involved in my major and more involved in school and different campus organizations, I stopped working out. And you go through those phases when you're like, yeah, you want to think, yeah, I'm gonna work out this week, and you're feeling good about it, I'm gonna eat good, and I'm like, yeah, and you go through those periods, and it's just like, college happens, life happens, and then it's just flat line, And so after that, my body went through a change, and it went through like I'm used to you being athletic up until you're about 20 years old, and now you're not, and so it's just like, you don't do anything. And so my body's at this place where it's like, I keep eating, and I keep getting a little bigger and bigger. And so I was like, I need to change. I want to just even be like more healthy, not even so much with losing weight, but just be like live a more healthy lifestyle. So I went through a period where I was like, I am going to get it together, and so I decided to do a smoothie detox. And with the smoothie detox, it was your vegetables, your fruits, spinach, and protein and different things like that. And I was doing supplement smoothies, so I would do it for breakfast, and then I would do it for lunch and dinner was my first thing. That's what I was trying to do. And then I was like, if I needed snacks in between, I would do fruit. And so that was just really hard. And it was really hard. And I was like, my body isn't used to this. Like, my body's used to eating food. And so I was like, well, maybe I should do a lunch meal, a healthy lunch meal. So I started to do supplement smoothies for breakfast and dinner. In between, I'll do fruit, healthy snacks. And then for lunch, I'll do like baked chicken or baked fish and brown rice, and just try to eat a healthy meal or salad or something. And it's really hard. So what would you give, what kind of advice would you give someone who's like trying to start that fit journey and that weight loss journey, but like it's different and it's hard? So what advice would you give about that, and kind of like the whole smoothie detox? That's really really like getting really popular. All these detoxes, are they healthy? Are they not? Like, I don't really know. I've kind of done research, but you can't really trust that as well. So for someone who's actually been there, what kind of advice, I want to hear from both of you, what kind of advice would you give on that?
Well, I would say someone who's just starting, trying to lose weight on a fitness journey, the most important thing is always to take baby steps. I think when people try to dive in too fast to hardcore workouts or hardcore diets, they always almost end up failing because it's too much too fast. So my first advice is to always make baby changes here. Drink more water here. Substitute your juice for water here. Eat more vegetables at this meal. Like, make small changes because they really do add up. And as far as like the smoothie cleanses and things like that, I've never actually done one before, surprisingly. I will say, from what I know, smoothies, of course, can be healthy. What you put in them always matters. But I don't know that doing one for a long period of time is like sustainable. It's for let's say somebody does it for a week or so.
30 days.
Yeah, that's a very long time. And while it works, and a lot of people want fast results from them, they just want to lose like 10 pounds. Of course, it's going to happen because your body's going to drop in weight or water or whatever you're losing right now. But it's not sustainable. So if it's something that's not going to be sustainable for a long period of time, I can't say that that's something that I would want to do, because you want to make changes that will stick with you for forever. And unless you're going to drink smoothies for the rest of your life, I really don't see the point of
saying lifestyle change.
Yeah, you need a lifestyle change, because if you're going to sustain weight loss and healthy living, you need to make it a part of your life.
Absolutely, and I like that healthy lifestyle change instead of just saying diet. Someone told me, like, don't say diet, say lifestyle change, because it should be a lifestyle change. It should not just be something that you're doing for a period of time. So what do you think about that?
So, I mean, it's crazy. Like, me and Chelsea, Chizzle and I, like, we're very similar. So I would say, like, I'm unfamiliar with smoothie detoxes myself, but I will say, like, I'm all for those lifestyle changes. Like, it's really, I mean, sure, if you want to make smoothies every morning, sure. 'Cause, I mean, I had a period, I used to take protein shakes and stuff, but it's not like just for 7 days or something and expecting me to lose 5 pounds or something. It's like, I'm really trying to build and do something, so it's like a part of whatever. Okay, so as far as smoothies go, I would say, I mean, if you like smoothies, strawberry, banana, whatever, go ahead. Because all those fruits and vegetables, I mean, they're good for you. But if you're just trying to do it for 7 weeks and just water and just, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that's what you're trying to do, then that's where it gets extreme, and that's where I would say don't do that.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, yeah, that's how you get another way to get your nutrition in, so, yeah.
Okay, so the biggest question, so what do I do? What do I do? What do people who want to live a healthy lifestyle and is ready for that change? Like, because it is a change, it's not just working out. You also have to eat healthy. Someone told me that abs were, what were they? They said abs were made in the kitchen. They are not made when you work out. They're made in the kitchen. So tell me and tell our subscribers and viewers, what do you do? What is your advice? What do you do?
Like, as far as my workouts?
Losing weight. I'm going to ask you about that too, but I want to know, as far as losing weight, living a healthier lifestyle, what should our viewers do?
What should they do? The first thing I think that you should do if you want to lose weight is to definitely be honest with yourself, where you are right now, where you want to be. I think set realistic goals for yourself. Like, a lot of people don't like to take pictures or take beginning body measurements or things of that nature. That's key.
Beginning body measurement.
Like, you want to know everything about yourself and where you're starting from, so that you can know where you're going. Like, you can't just jump in and not monitor what you're doing, because it just doesn't make for a good transformation or a healthy transformation. So I think that's the first initial step, is to be honest with where you are and where you want to go. What can you do today to work toward that goal? And I think specifically is writing it down to begin with. Writing down what your fitness goals are and what you want to do. If you want to lose 10 pounds, you need to write that down. If you want to tone up, I don't think that people should write, like, I want to just lose my stomach. I mean, that's the goal, but the thing about weight loss is that you don't get to choose where your weight comes from. You work out and you might lose it in your arms first or your legs first, and your stomach refuses to go. But I think
usually like the last thing.
But everybody's body is genetically different. So as far as like the abs thing and clean eating, I'll mention clean eating. That's what they mean by abs are made in the kitchen. Like, if your diet isn't good, imagine eating a junk diet, eating pizza, eating chips and all this different stuff, and then you're running and working out, but you're just going into a cycle because your diet is bad. So it's almost as if your workout is in vain. So you have to have that clean eating aspect of putting healthy things in your body to get the results that you need. So it's always a combination of the two.
Absolutely.
Eating and exercise.
Absolutely. So, Paige, physically walk me through like your day, like your healthy lifestyle living day. Even with what you eat from when you wake up. What do you eat for breakfast? What do you eat for lunch? What do you eat in between? Because we need snacks. What do you eat in between? What do you eat for dinner? How late? They say that you're not supposed to eat after a certain time. How late is that true? How late do you eat? When do you work out? What do you do? Walk me physically through that. Because I'm interested, and I know our subscribers and viewers are interested on what we should do. We want to know. I want to know.
Okay, so breakfast is very important. You have to eat breakfast because, 20 minutes you out the door at work, your stomach, you hear it. Don't play. In the meetings or whatever, it's you. Right. So I eat breakfast. I make sure it's something, whether it's like, I really try to stick with something, of course, that's fast. I'm not trying to make omelets and all this other stuff in the morning. I try to stick to oatmeal. And the thing with oatmeal is you can really switch it up. So often I have like 7 different ones I stick with. So you can try and do 7 different ones or whatever. Even if it's just like, so I can tell you
oatmeal.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Even that. Yeah. In the microwave or on the stove or whatever. So I can tell you a little bit of my oatmeal recipe. So I put bananas, peanut butter, honey. Sometimes brown sugar, blueberries. So I just try and switch up all these different things and make it good, dress it up, make it good for yourself. So I eat breakfast and I go to work, blah. And so usually I prepare also like an apple, or I love pineapples, or something like that. And then lunch I usually stick to a protein. And I love eggs. My sister, she's actually part of the reason of how I am today, so I appreciate her. Yes. So I got this recipe from her. It's eggs and beans and salsa and peppers and yeah, but it's like 3 eggs.
Oh,
it's like
okay.
like your own type of omelet type of thing. Yeah, no. And so sometimes, something like that. And usually for dinner it's like not eggs. What am I saying? I told you I like eggs, but like chicken and rice and a vegetable or fish as well. I actually try not to eat beef that often. I usually stick to chicken and fish. And then I try not to eat past 8 or something. But I'll say at the same time, if I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat, because you shouldn't be hungry, low key. Like, that's your body talking to you,
right?
So you listen. So it's just that when it's 11 midnight, you don't eat, heavy things. You just eat fruit, drink some water, because sometimes you actually confuse hunger for thirst. You really could just be thirsty.
Okay.
So that's another thing, actually. But so yeah, usually for snacks and stuff, I add like different nut mixes, yogurt. I love yogurt. I put honey and blueberries in that. And then I just love fruit. So grapes, apples, pears, all of that.
Okay. So then when you work out, you earlier on said that working out every day is actually not healthy. So how often do you work out, or would you suggest that our viewers work out to live a healthy lifestyle?
Okay, so lifestyle. So that depends on what is your lifestyle. So mine, I actually try to get on a good week. I actually will go 6 out of 7 days out the week. But that's because I have different goals, everybody has different fitness goals. So, if you're trying to maintain and things, sometimes that's only 2-3 days out the week you could go or something. But you definitely have to have those rest days. So, just think about, if you're constantly moving, when is your body going to have time to rest and rebuild?
Right.
Like, when, if you're always working out? Because even when you're not working out, it's like, when you're walking through halls, or you're moving, you're always on the move, so your body has to have that period of rest. So you have to give just let your body chill for one time. So that's why on a good day, on a good week, 6 days, sometimes 5 days or something. But I really do try and go, working out is a part. That's what I like to do.
Right. Even
if it's sometimes I go on 10-minute runs, I run a mile. That's what I do. So I try and get something in.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that. So a lot of people, myself included, feel like they can't be healthy or live a healthy lifestyle because it obviously is so much more expensive to live a healthier lifestyle. Maybe that's not true, and I'm going to the wrong places. So tell me how or where you should get your groceries and how you should kind of get your groceries to live a healthy lifestyle, because it's very easy to get the Tyson chicken nuggets, that processed food. Those are the cheaper things. So how did you kind of deal with that, especially being in college and having that college money? So how did you deal with that? How can we kind of get our healthy nutrients?
I think, well, it's changed a lot since college because it's clearly just very different in college. Sometimes you just need a meal in college.
Yeah,
I'm about to say
It's
something.
very hard, but I can say, like, if you have a dining hall, it's also very easy to eat healthy in those dining halls. There's a lot of fruit and things that are easily that you can pick up and take with you. So I think that's an advantage of dining halls that you don't get when you become an adult. When you leave, you don't have a dining hall where you can just grab an apple or a banana or an orange. So I think for me, it's all about budget because right now, I'm a very budgeted person. I budget my groceries every week for how much I'm going to spend. I don't.
So you go grocery shopping every week? Well, I mean, that makes sense because fruit, you have to get fruit.
That's usually
I go every week. I don't eat out at all during the week. I bring my lunch every day to work. I make all my breakfast. I cook all my dinners at home. I make enough for dinner for my lunch the next day.
Right.
So, as far as that, I think a lot of people don't realize how much extra money they spend on food. So I think budget is the number one thing to eating healthy. Like if you spend $7 or $8 at lunch every day, that adds up.
That's true.
When you could buy packaged meals that you can cook that are healthy. Like you can buy rice and beans in bulk, and you can buy chicken in bulk if you eat meat, and you can buy fruit in bulk. So I think it's all about just knowing how to allocate your funds to those things. But of course, you're going to have days where you can't always cook or you can't always have time to prepare a meal. And I think that's why we do like meal prepping, so you have a bunch of things cooked already and prepared. Like if you come across a day where you may not be able to cook those.
I like that because I thought you was going to say, yeah, maybe you can get you something like a salad or somewhere. But I like that. I like the meal prep idea, and I also I like that you can budget, and you also have to kind of it's a lifestyle, so you kind of just have to switch it up because I'm good for stocking that. I mean, I don't eat fast food, but at all. Like I won't eat fast food, but I will like maybe go to Panera and something that is a little bit more healthier, kind of on a more healthier scale. But I really do like that. So, Dear Fat People, tell me about it. Like, what are your goals for Dear Fat People? What is it? What are you guys doing with it? I know you guys are obviously encouraging people to live a healthy lifestyle, be fit, but what are you guys doing with it? What do you want to do with it?
So,
Everything.
I was about to say, so it's really that question. I paused like that because, like, Chelsea and I, we released Dear Fat People April 1st. So, I mean, it's just June.
Congratulations. And you already made the Instagram page, the transformation Instagram page. That page has like over 160,000 like followers. And you already made that page. That's awesome. So congratulations for that. Yeah, that's awesome. I did my research. Yes, let's go. Yes, I'll follow.
Yeah. So really, we're not a lot of things. Some things we take day by day, but we have our plans and things that we want to do. Of course, this isn't just a me and Chelsea thing. We want other people to be involved in this conversation. Not only are we here to like introduce ourselves, but also like we want to help. We want to help everybody be their best selves, whatever that means. Whether they're losing weight, gaining weight, or whatever it is, or gaining muscle. So just we have a podcast. We're on iTunes, Dear Fat People. So
how can people get involved and check that out?
So definitely, we're just go to the podcast app on your iPhone and type in Dear Fat People. I hope I don't have to spell it for you, but
right.
just Dear Fat People, with or without the periods, really. But we're also on Instagram. We're really just trying to just raise this awareness, especially about obesity. Like this is an epidemic. Like this is a real problem, and like there will be 60 million kids overweight in just 4 years, and the diseases and things that come from obesity, like. It's food, like it's things that you have complete control over, and just like diabetes and strokes and just high blood pressure, like this is all things that can be prevented from just living well. So that's just what Dear Fat People is, and what we want to really raise this awareness because we feel like if it's been, you sent me that article today, it's been a 3-decade problem. Like,
when is it gonna change?
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's really where, however Dear Fat People is, we want you involved, we want you involved. Like,
I'm
really
involved.
everybody, like, we really want to just have this conversation and really help everyone just be their healthy best selves, whatever that looks like.
Absolutely. I like that. So tell me where you see Dear Fat People in the next 5 years.
In the next 5 years, Dear Fat People will be at the top of the fitness industry. Hopefully, Dear Fat People is something that encourages masses of people, that influences masses of people, that changes the outlook of how people view fitness, how people view people that are going through transformations, and just the perception of the word fat and what it means to us as a society. So yeah.
So if people want to get involved with Dear Fat People or want some tricks and some tips and everything, which stay tuned because we're going to go through that, where can they follow you on Instagram? And again, run that podcast one more time, where they can follow and stay connected with you guys.
You all can follow us at Dear Fat People on Instagram. That's Dear Fat and then People, PPL. And then you can also follow us on iTunes at our podcast. You can subscribe. It's also Dear Fat.
Awesome. And where can people follow you individually?
I'm on Instagram at XO the page. That's XOTAGPAIGE. And also my blog is XOthepage.com.
Check out that. And what about you?
And my personal page is Chelsea Cherise. So that's CHELSEACHERISE.
Awesome. Well, I'm so excited. I'm ready to start this journey of a more healthy lifestyle in a more healthy way. And stay tuned because we are going to go through some tricks and they're going to tell us some exercises of what you should do or what you can do to live a healthy lifestyle. Thank you guys for this and thank you for being on the show. Stay tuned for what's coming up. What's up, everyone? Thanks for continuously watching. So right now we are going to actually use what we talked about a little bit earlier and actually put it in place here. So Paige is going to kind of walk us through a circuit and a 7-minute workout that you can kind of do on a daily basis. And then Chelsea back here is going to time us to make sure we are doing it correctly and not cheating. So Paige, what are we going to be doing?
Okay, so I did this little modification for the 7-minute workout. It's this app that's on the iTunes store. You can go download it. It is free. And if you have an Apple Watch, it's even sweeter because it times it for you. It's all connected. I wish I had one. But so it's just basically these different circuits of workouts for 30 seconds, and then you rest, and then you go back into another activity, and it's just nonstop activity for just 7 minutes. And it's kind of like, you don't have 7 minutes to work out. Come on now. So we about to
Pray for me.
Y'all ready?
We're ready. Where we go first?
Okay, so we're gonna do squats, and then we're gonna do lunges and crunches.
So can you demonstrate it so I can know our squats? What should they look like?
Okay, so just want your legs about shoulder length apart. And sometimes you'll notice when you go down, if you feel a little unbalanced, then that means you have to widen your stance a little bit. And so, of course, when you go down, like really, when you work out, like pay attention to your body and the muscles that you want to work. Like you're working them, so you should feel them.
Right.
So you're just gonna some people like behind their hands or straight ahead, but you just come down and come back up. And some people, like to squeeze, because that's what squats is for.
Okay, and then the lunges, how should we be doing the lunges?
Okay, so the lunges we'll do, since it's timed, we'll do each leg, come back up, and just alternate them for 30 seconds.
Okay.
Just come right back.
All right. I'm ready. Pray for me.
All right, y'all ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1. Woo, y'all got it. Yay.
Okay, don't forget to squeeze,
Oh, yeah. I forget to squeeze. Okay, gotta squeeze. Okay.
Get it in.
I was cheating a little bit.
Y'all got it. All right, 15 more seconds.
All right, the app will tell you 10 seconds.
Oh, okay, that's nice. Make me feel good.
8 seconds. You got it.
Ooh, my legs.
Right, you feel it.
Gotta feel it. Work these babies.
All right, I got a 10-second rest now.
Okay, all right. Whew. Yeah, y'all need to download that app. I'm already tired. and your chest should be up.
Keep your body straight.
Breathe.
Yes, and breathe in between.
Almost there.
You're doing good.
I said, you see, y'all. You might not really like it.
Okay, so now we're gonna do a little floor work.
Okay.
So we're gonna do crunches or sit-ups for 30 seconds.
Okay, you should come all the way up to your knees, right?
Yes, and then another thing, try and touch or however far you can to heels or toes or whatever, when you come up.
Okay.
So, all right.
Yeah, when we hit the time.
We're ready.
Right. 3, 2, 1, go. It's a tough 30 seconds. I know the feeling.
It's the abs, y'all.
Serious.
Abs are also made. The gym application.
And what happens if your feet is kind of coming up a little?
Try to keep it planted. Sometimes people have to hold
Holding them down.
4 seconds.
It's not that bad.
All right.
Woo!
Alright.
What's next? Alright. How many? We'll get 30 seconds.
Okay, so we're gonna do push-ups for 30 seconds. Now it's okay if you can't do push-ups in the typical form because I don't, so it's okay.
Alright.
Ready?
Should you start up or down?
I'm gonna start.
Okay.
3, 2. You got it. Yes. This is great.
Don't forget to breathe.
1.
Alright, so that is your 7-minute workout, right?
Yes, it is.
Let's Yes, so thank you for that. I'm gonna catch my breath. Thank you for that. So you said one more time, how can we download that 7-minute?
Yes, so 7-minute workout, that's really just what it is, 7-minute workout in the App Store. So it's a turquoise blue icon with a 7 in it, so. Yeah.
So one last question before we go. For those people who are interested in living a healthy lifestyle, right now they're at a point where they want to give up, they don't know what to do. What advice would you give them?
Don't give up. No, but seriously, like, it's really recognizing that this is a lifestyle. It's something that does take, it's day by day, so you'll have bad days just like you'll have good days. So it's really recognizing and knowing that you have those good days and just really trying to have more of those. And it's okay to have balance, because I was telling y'all earlier, I ain't worked out in like a week or so, but that's okay.
Right.
Because life happens. That's what it is. Like, life happens. So when you have those moments where you want to give up and things, like, just really think about what your goals are and just keep yourself motivated,
Absolutely. And what about you? What is some advice that you would give them?
My advice is to definitely stick with it. Realize that this is not something that will happen overnight. It didn't take you overnight to develop your lifestyle, develop your eating habits, develop everything that you know as your life now. So it won't happen overnight. So it's definitely just to realize that this is a journey and it's a transformation, and it will happen as long as you are consistent with it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. One more time, tell people how they can get involved with Dear Fat People and where they should follow you.
Who does that? So we are Dear Fat People. We are on Instagram, Dear Fat People, DearFatPPL, and we have a website, DearFatPeople.wordpress.com, and we also are on SoundCloud at Dear Fat People as well. And we actually, since it's only June and we started in April, we have a lot of things coming up. So just stick with us and join the conversation. And definitely appreciate Bre'Ana for having us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, it was great. I feel better already. I'm definitely going to download the app.
Yes.
Absolutely. You have 7 minutes out of your day, so I'm definitely going to download that. So
Cool.
thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you continue to connect with us. You can follow us on Instagram at F3 with Bray. That's F3 with BRE, as well as Twitter at F3 with BRE. You can like us on Facebook, and that's also F3 with Bre'Ana Simone. And of course, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would definitely love that. So thank you for tuning in. Continue to tune in and connect with us for more positivity. And we look forward to seeing you for episode 5. Thanks for tuning in.